Welcome back to another Noah's Nonsense, episode 18. Today's date is June 2nd, 2021, for those who asked. Guest star today, Bernie Van Den Heuvel. Bernie, please tell us about yourself.
Hello, I am Bernie Van Den Heuvel. I am a senior at Valdez High School, graduating in, was it like 4 days from now? So pretty exciting. I got a dog. Yeah, just living the dream.
Well, we'll hear more about your dog later for those dog lovers out there. But what socks are you wearing today?
Well, since it's Wednesday, I thought I'd take the liberty of wearing my Taco Tuesday socks. So, I thought I'd spice it up a little bit, throw some people off. But yeah, that's what I thought I'd wear for this very special occasion.
I can respect a prankster like that. Personally, I'm wearing my depression socks because I'm sad. They're blue and they're like diamond patterned because I'm sad. They're pretty dark blue, actually, some hint of purple diamonds. I'm sad. Anyway, the first question, this might be a more sillier episode, folks. How many dandelions can you pick up between your big and second toe? I repeat, how many dandelions can you pick up between your big and second toe?
Now, this is a very fun event. So when I was camping in Chilton one time, my family thought it'd be funny to just start sticking dandelions between my toes, and we eventually got to 135 before they got bored and stopped sticking dandelions between my toes. So 135 dandelions that'll be.
135, you say, like 135.
Yes, 135, 3 digits.
Oh, cripes. Okay, question for all the viewers. They're wondering this. I have it, how big, like, diameter was like your distance, like from your toe to toe, like what was that distance? Because I feel like they'd be pretty spread apart.
Well, to put into perspective, between my first toe, my big toe, and my second toe, I can pick up a baseball. Well, let's leave it at that. We'll let the viewers use their imagination.
Oh, holy cripes. All right, folks. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to mention your mother, which I normally, I didn't want to go there, but we're going to go there. I remember your mother was talking that if she ever lost her ability with her hands or to write, she just used her left toe, or left foot, because I believe she's left-handed. I remember telling me that in 7th grade. There you go, English. So can you confirm this story, or am I just on drugs?
So her ability is not as astute as mine. She can pick up, pencils and stuff with her feet, but it's nowhere near the ability of me or Barin. Bryn can pick up some stuff with her toes, even though she doesn't want to admit it. Sorry, Bryn, if you're listening to this. But yeah, my mom gave us monkey feet, so...
Okay. The first question we have on today, I guess that'd be the second question. But what is the best kind of tie to wear on different occasions? Now, I'm not an expert in this, so what's your opinion here, Bernie?
So it depends on the event you want to go to. If you're going to a more formal event, I would suggest a monocolor, such as black, tie, and I also would suggest it being a little bit thinner. Now, if you'd like to use some of your more expressive side, I'd say maybe a tie with little kissy face emojis on it, which is one that I just so happen to have. They can be used for any occasion. Concerts, a wedding, very nice. And if you really want to get crazy, you can put some stripes in there too.
Holy cripes, guy. Well, personally, I own 2 ties that are actually like real ties, a blue one and a red one, and my red one doesn't match any of my red I actually own. And my blue one does go, but it's a little darker, but it looks okay. Excuse me there. Yeah, I'm not the tie man, but I'd like to shout out Miss Schnell if she ever hears this episode. She taught me how to tie one day in Viking time. Viking time, for those not outside the Valdez district or whatnot. It's just like homeroom, essentially, lasts like half hour, 20 minutes of the day. Yeah, one day I was talking about my dad issues or something, how I didn't learn how to tie. And she's like, well, I can teach you. And I'm like, well, I'll see you Thursday then if you wouldn't mind. And then she taught me how to tie. And that was really kind of her. So I learned how to tie from Miss Schnell. I hope you listen to this someday. But on to the next question. Oh, also school related, I see. Why does the school think we'll buy the Chromebooks after graduation?
Now that, I think, is an extraordinary question. So we have to pay, what, like $50 each year to keep the Chromebooks for the next school year? And if you graduate... I say if, for some people. But if you graduate, you got to pay another $50 to keep the Chromebook. Now, I don't know about you, but my school Chromebook can only have about 8 tabs open at one time. Now, that might seem like a big number until you have to write a final for a certain class, and that just makes me want to cry sometimes. So, I don't know why the school would want us to keep those Chromebooks after all the pain and torture they put us through with them.
Well, excuse my garage door. My stepfather's leaving for work now, and he's about to start his car in about 15 seconds. So ignore those noises that I cannot help that I didn't think about. But answer off of Bernie's question. See, where I come from is though, I got it freshman year, so like I have to pay the mandatory. I think like $50, and then there's the whole insurance issue, which I don't even want to get started on that. So like, I mean, I might as well get it, pay like the extra, like because it's like 200. I think it's like 50 every year. So I might as well, I got the 4 year. I might as well take it home, make a funny YouTube video of me shooting it. If we get 100 likes, I'll shoot my Chromebook senior year. On this one though, on this episode though. But yeah,
Well,
I mean,
that's respectable.
yeah, thank you. But Chromebooks, for those that don't have to use them, you should be thankful. They are worse than stone and tablets, during the medieval times or whatever. I hate Chromebooks, but there's one thing I like to share. My favorite Chromebook memory, besides saying Chromie homie in freshman year all the time, was my favorite is when you're typing like a essay or something, 5 paragraphs in, you got 2 pages to go, and then teacher all of a sudden GoGuardians your Chromebook, which is basically like, for those unaware of GoGuardian, you essentially just like the administrators at our school, just basically if you're like on something, like say you go to cool math games, they'll exit out. Well, if you're in a class and they're like, oh, I don't want you to be typing on your essay, totally cancels it out, and Google then saved, yeah, you just lost like 4 paragraphs. So I have some fond memories, and I don't want to say specific teacher's name, but it was de Espanol, for instance, and none of us were doing our assignments. And then later the next day, she might have yelled at us that on her day off that we took that hour away from her. And I'm not going to comment what some of our responses were, but I think we all catch my drift now.
I had to concur with that. I think it was last year. We almost everyone in the class had AP language, and or was some class that we were doing a long paper for, and the document we had up, it had to be like stay open, because if you got X'd out of it, you couldn't save. And the only class throughout the day was our first hour class, possibly de Espanol, but we got GoGuardian, and every single person lost access to their pages, and that was just an exhilarating time. It was amazing. Made us so happy.
You heard it, folks. Exhilarating, just for all those who aren't listening too carefully. Oh man, this is... Oh, besides my brother getting yelled at in the background, because I guess they also go to sleep at this time, so enjoy that if you hear it. This is probably the most political question I've read so far on my channel, so I guess prepare yourselves, everyone. Chocolate or vanilla Long John?
Now, I might anger some people with this, but I'd have to go with the chocolate Long John. Are you in disagreement with me there?
See, when it comes to it, I mean, I prefer a vanilla Long John, like when it comes to the cream, but I prefer chocolate frosting overall. So I'm kind of like, I can see, a little bit of both. But like, why do you want chocolate pudding in your donut when you can just eat chocolate pudding? Like, hear me out. Like, who goes to the store and like, I'm going to go buy vanilla pudding? I'd get a vanilla Long John, and it's so much better than vanilla pudding, whatever it be. But like, I go to the store, I'm like, I see chocolate pudding, in the little cup or whatever. And like, oh man, chocolate pudding. So that's where I'm coming from. This, you see it that way.
I heard a very wise word from Mason Myers on this topic last week. He said, kids eat Long Johns, right? Chocolate Long Johns. But adults, they eat white Long Johns because they're more sophisticated. The white Long John is a more sophisticated snack. However, me personally, I'm still a child, so therefore, I will still eat my chocolate Long John.
I mean, I can agree with such logic now that we talk about these things. I mean, I personally am like I love donuts. Like, who doesn't? But like, there's so many better desserts than donuts in my eyes. Like apple fritters, not to knock Long Johns, but okay, if it's like a Long John or apple fritter, I'm picking the apple fritter. Now, I know this applies to like, we're comparing apples to oranges, but I feel just to keep the scale even in a sense. Just apple fritter is superior. I think personally, anyway.
I'd have to agree. There's some other snacks out there. Like for me, my apple fritter would be the like a Danish from. I used to get them from the pig, and now I get them from Festival because the pig went kaput. But yeah, I mean, there's other snacks out there I'd rather have over a donut. But then there's some days, that you're like, man, I could really go for a piece of deep fried dough.
I mean, when you mention deep fried though, you immediately think of what in Wisconsin?
Well, I have to go with cheese curds.
That is the ding 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 number one answer, folks. If I was Alex Trebek, I should actually Aaron Rodgers. Oh wait, whoever the new guy is on Jeopardy, he would say correct. So
You just can't go wrong with cheese curds. Now, I have a question for you now. Do you prefer Culver's cheese curds or A&W cheese curds?
Oh, see, this is very hard because I know where I'm gonna go apples to oranges about 15 seconds. Personally, I think Culver's does it better. I think they're a little bit like more crispy, and like their cheese because I believe they're yellow cheddar. So I like cheddar cheese curds personally. Whereas A&W, I don't find them as crisp, and they're mozzarella, which I don't mind mozzarella. But the thing is, though, if I'm going to A&W, though, I'm gonna say damn. Damn well, I'm gonna go get some root beer. So that's like whole different ball game. But in for the sake of yes or no, it would be Culver's.
I'd 100% agree with you. In my opinion, well, I don't go to A&W often because it's kind of expensive. But like when I go there and have some of those cheese curds, like they're greasy, which is good, but they're greasy to a point where I'm like, wow, this is gross. That's why I'm like, man, these Culver's cheese curds, they're just like, when they're fresh and warm, they're just something else.
I mean, I totally agree with that. But I think Culver's is way more expensive than A&W. Like if I go to Google Maps right now and it does the little cash symbol, A&W is gonna be like 1. Culver's is gonna be like 3. Don't even try to sell me different.
If you want to get a large cheese curd from A&W, like granted, it's like it's like 2 handfuls or whatever. That thing's like $7. But if you want to get like 2 cheese curds from Culver's, like that's like like $7 like for this. Well, I guess it's the same amount, but it's a better flavor. I talked myself into a different answer.
I mean, I agree, but like okay. If we were gonna compare a basic hamburger at A&W, I don't care about quality. This is not a quality comparison right now. This is just what you get. Okay, like if I go A&W hamburger versus Culver's hamburger, the A&W is gonna cost me probably we'll just say $5-6. I don't know the statistics or facts, but then you go to Culver's, that's gonna be like 8-10. Don't even. I see that smile. I see that look. Don't even try to sell me different. And my fans know, my 80% fan base at this point, they will agree with me on this. I feel like I'm in the right here.
If you go to Culver's, though, you're paying $8 for a fine cuisine burger that's just made by the gods. The bun is just perfectly buttered. The meat is just cooked to perfection. If you go to A&W, you're paying like $2 less, but all you're getting is a greasy McDonald's hamburger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think quality should be factored into this because I think the quality of the meat plays a mighty fine role in how much you're willing to lay down for a burger.
I mean, I can agree with that. I think we should have set aside our differences and walk unitedly into the next question. This is from one of my fellow fans, Reese Wilker. If you ever watch this, you're about to get shamed in 5 seconds. He'd like to know, how many carrots can you stick in your mouth? Baby carrots specifically.
Well, I'd have to say at least 1, but if I had to take a gander, I could probably say, I'd say probably at least 13. 13 sounds like a good number. Very safe number.
I mean, I feel like 13 is a safe number. Personally, I don't know. I'm not an expert in this field. If Josh Eben, I know he watches my videos now. If I had the photo, I'd definitely pull it up, but I don't. I've seen him put a soda can in his mouth. Like, I'm not even capping.
So it was kind of like that scene from Kung Fu Panda where he's sticking all the dumplings in his mouth?
I would say that is a very accurate representation of Josh Eben. I don't know what else I want to say about Josh.
If someone asked me how many dandelions I could stick into my toes.
You cut out there. I'm just gonna nod my head though. I
Well,
guess.
I was saying, if someone asked me if how many dandelions I could stick between my toes, I can't answer that, but I cannot answer how many baby carrots I can stick in my mouth. Completely different questions, you know. I don't know who would ask you how many baby carrots you could stick in your mouth, but dandelions in your toes. Now that's a question you hear every day.
Well, Bernie, you provided like the first three questions, just so.
Oh, well, no, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, they're from unanimous sources. The next question is Maddie Scharenbroch, and she'll be a future guest star. Should be next episode, guys. So be prepared for that one. She'd like to know why the dad jokes.
Well, my simple answer would be why not? Hopefully I'll be a dad someday, right? So I might as well get started now. And if people's enjoyment of certain classes has to suffer, like such as when Mr. Kincher wears a periodic table to class, like I'm not gonna say, "Hey, Mr. Kincher, do you wear that mask periodically?" I mean, it's like right there. It's like right on the table for me to just take and grab. I mean, I don't know. I think the answer to that would just be why not? Why not tell dad jokes?
I mean, okay then. I don't know. That was I don't know what to say to that, man. I mean, but we're just gonna go on to the next question, I guess. Clayton Taylor, Bucks believer guy, shout him out. He would want to know, what is it like being so tall? All right, Bernie, I'm gonna be honest. That total question, you totally cut out there, pal.
All right, shall I say it again?
All right.
You hear me now?
Try it now. I think we're in the clear.
All right. So what I was saying was, in high school, I was decently tall at like 6'3". Now in sports, that's like a medium height if you want to play a position like the center position in basketball, which is what I played. Now there were some games where I played against like a 6'6" kid, or against Denmark, who was 6'9". That wasn't very fun because they were like, that much taller than me. So in school, it's kind of nice being tall. You can do really good, but in sports, I was tall. I just wasn't tall enough to make it, go some distance. So, it's give and take.
Well, that's kind of scary because that guy has like 15 inches on me. I mean, the mental math might not be there, but I'm about 5'8". We'll say round up half inch. Feel good about it. At this point in time, I should grow, right, guys? So he has like a foot on me right there, pal. So, and if he has like 6 on you, and then you look me to you to him, that's just concerning, Kind of makes me feel self-conscious.
It was pretty tough playing against that guy. He could not miss. It was my junior year, I remember. I was like, holy cow, you shouldn't be able to shoot like 60% from three if you're 6'9".
Cripes. All right, there we go. The internet, man. But anyway, the next question, since we're talking about sports, we'll continue down the theme. Collin Rauthsauck, he was a guest star on No Nonsense a couple episodes ago. He'd like to know, what is it like being the varsity quarterback?
I'd say it was pretty fun. It was a lot of work because I had to learn all of the plays, like passing plays and counters, dive was doing, because if someone didn't know what they were doing, I had to tell them. So in that sense, it was kind of tough, but I also found it rather fun. I was able to run a lot, throw the ball. I could see what was happening all the time. So that was pretty cool. What wasn't so cool, though, was if a lineman came through unblocked at 20 miles an hour and took my head off. That didn't feel too good most days, but outside of that, I'd say it was pretty fun.
I mean, I do definitely agree. I did play football 2 years, 5th and 6th grade. Not going to talk about my performance, but definitely being a scrawny guy, and then being a really scrawny guy back then, it was always pleasant getting hit at 20 miles per hour. And I wasn't even the quarterback. I was just a wannabe not catcher, receiver. Thank you. Wrong sport. But yeah, so that's a little rough. But I know what also is rough is your injury, correct? From on the field, I mean.
Which one? Collie with my knee?
I believe that's the one I'm thinking of personally.
Okay, so that wasn't too fun because the field was pretty muddy that day, and my foot just got stuck, and someone fell on it and rolled me over their body, and my foot kind of stayed still. So, like, my foot facing, I kind of thought, but I got up and I said, you know what? At the time, I thought it was our last high school game. I said, I can run a straight line. I'll go out there and play some more. So I did. And then coach said, oh, we have a game next week. So I'm like, all right, let's learn how to play with a injured knee. So that was pretty cool.
Okay, that was not the answer I wanted to hear. We're gonna go on to the next question.
Oh.
Michael Wallander, guy sit by at that lunch, senior 2. He was wondering why did so you went to physical therapy for a injury, which you'll explain that in a moment, and it was Concordia University. Why did you go physical therapy there? This is insider trade secrets, by the way, for everyone. So tell it.
So my colleges were between Concordia, which is in Mequon, north of Milwaukee, and the University of Green Bay, Wisconsin. I chose both of those as my final 2 because I really like their campuses. Both had just great nature aspects. Green Bay is more of like a forest kind of a feel, and Concordia has a great view of the lake. I eventually chose Concordia just because it had more opportunities in the medical field, which is what I knew I wanted to go into. And the physical therapy, they had a secondary after I finished my original 4-year schooling. So I chose Concordia based off of those qualities. I chose physical therapy just because I like to help people get into better shape, just and recover from injuries. I also kind of find the human body fascinating. That's why I probably took 7 science classes in high school. So
Cripes off Friday. I'm gonna have to yell at my brothers so they don't be quiet. They're gonna get beat. Also, sadly, you cut out during that half explanation. So I don't know if you want to skip it or repeat that whole thing. I'm willing to do either. I can edit this. I have time.
I'll give you a brief summary of it. So where did I leave off exactly?
The part. Okay, so I asked you about it, and then you were at the lake part, about the lake part. So we got weary.
So pretty much Concordia, if you go into the physical therapy program there, and you complete your 4 years of understudy for it, you can get accepted into their actual bachelor's degree of science for physical therapy there. So it had way more benefits to go there going into the physical therapy field. So that's why I chose Concordia.
Okay, so when Michael said it, I thought he made it sound like you got injured and went physical therapy there. So I'm like, well, that's weird. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you for clarifying that, I guess, now. I think that's all. Oh, there's one more silly question left, folks. And then we're going to have to go to the two seriouser ones. Benjamin Eben, he has 10 wives, but he would still like to know, why do you get all the chicks?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. It's probably because I am so aloof to everything that goes around. I don't know what's happening, and they're like, I don't know. I really cannot tell you. To be honest, so my girlfriend right now, Kate, apparently she liked me from the beginning of freshman year, and I had no clue for about a whole year until someone finally told me, and I was like, oh, interesting. And now we're dating, so I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how to answer that question. I have no clue.
Well, I mean, you gave it your shot. You just kind of let Ben Even down, but I mean, that's how it be sometime. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's no cure all. 6 rejections like me. I mean, sometimes you just gotta accept that, right? Gotta move on, right? Keep her moving, right?
Yeah. I tell him, if you want to get all the chicks, you just gotta play higher notes on your trumpet. And he's a trumpet player, so all he's gotta do is just play a little bit higher, and then all the girls just come flocking to him.
Is that your mating call then?
Pretty much. You play as high as you can, as loud as you can, and then the people who don't close their ears will just come flocking to you.
Okay, Bernie. There's one question. Who's your favorite sibling? Go. I'm just kidding, folks. You'll not answer that.
It's Dotson.
Oh, Dotson is your favorite sibling. We're gonna do the shout out section of the video. Let me share my screen because oh wait, hold on. Let me go to the doc first, or the slideshow, because Bernie didn't have any social medias to shout out. Shut up, computer. I didn't ask. And I want to share some slideshows. I am presenting. I hope you can see this, Bernie. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel stupid.
There we go. I can see it.
All right, perfect. So this is Dotson, the VDH family doggo. So let's go down. I mean, oh wait, why is there no photo? Oh, apparently I have transitions on. So this one was provided by Bryn, Bernie's sister. Thank you, Bryn. I mean, I think that's a kind of aggressive looking shot for your doggo. But let's just keep going down the line and look. Oh, it's his birthday a while ago, I guess. I don't know the insider trade details, but if you want to talk about your dog for the next minute or so as I go through these like 7 more photos.
I shall do that. All right, so this is Dotson. He is a Doberman Pinscher. He is a very nice dog. He likes people. Well, once he gets to know you, he likes a lot. Otherwise, he panics and he doesn't know what to do. Like when he sees people outside the window, he likes to bark at them, or especially bicycles. He hates bicycles. But once you come in and he gets to know you, he will love on you forever. He is what's the word I'm looking for? He has separation anxiety because he needs people to touch him 24/7. And if you don't pay him any attention, he'll start to whine and complain because he's just a big baby. Yeah, Dobermans kind of get a bad rep for because they're used to like police dogs and stuff. But I think it's all just depends on how you raise him and train him. Like here, he's a very happy boy about to go for a swim. He didn't want to go swimming. I kind of tossed him into that lake, but that's a story for another day.
Oh, I guess we'll have to have you on again then for this amazing story. I'm sure everyone wants to hear more about your dog than me, but continue. Sorry.
Well, nothing really crazy happened there. He kind of just went to the dock, got scared, and then we kind of just ended up tossing him in the water, and then he panicked a little bit, and I was in the water as well, and he tried to climb onto me to get out of the water, and he scratched up my chest a little bit, and that wasn't very fun, but it was pretty cute though. It was pretty cute. So yeah, one special thing about Dotson, if you go back a couple slides, you can see his ears. His ears are in the cropped like triangle shape. Like in this one, you can see it pretty good. They're cropped, but they don't stand upright. So for most Doberman, they get their ears cropped into that triangle shape, and they're able to stick upwards. That's because the cartilage builds up. But for some reason, he was so stubborn, he just didn't want to have that cartilage build up. So his ears were trimmed, but they kind of stayed down, which is unique. It's different, but still pretty cute, pretty interesting.
Well, I would like to thank Bryn for all of her photos and the one photo that Bernie provided. I'm not going to say who's the overachiever here, but thank you. Let's go back to the next question. We only have 2 more questions left, folks, so just bear with us, as it is getting a little lengthy, but Bernie just loves to talk more than I do, and that says something. So I want to ask you, this is one of my personal questions. What is your favorite Pep Band song or memory? You can do both for all I care.
Well, my favorite Pep Band song would probably have to be Holiday. I think most people in the band who've been here like the last couple years with me kind of know that. It was a running gag with me and Mrs. Hussey. So I feel obliged to say that. But my favorite band memory is probably from our Washington, D.C. band trip. So since it's, like a 2-day bus ride to D.C., so Mrs. Hussey said, you guys should pack some lunches. So I did. And the lunch I packed was in a little plastic little lunch bag, nothing too fancy. Now, I was in the back of the bus next to the toilet. So I really had nowhere to put my lunch. So I ended up leaving it on the floor. Now, it just so happened that the floor where I left my bag was about 120 degrees. It was crazy hot on that floor. And my stuff got trapped under some other blankets. So when I went to go get my lunch, everything in my lunch bag was cooked. I had one of those little like circular lunch snack things where it has like the cheese and the nuts and the ham in there, the little bits. Everything in there was cooked. The cheese was all melty and gooey. It smelled atrocious. I could not take away that lunchbox for the rest of the week. I had it. I tossed it up on the carrier above me, and I said, I don't know if I can ever eat those little snack bites again. That smell is just every time I see them, I just get that smell, and I can no longer eat them. It was so bad.
That sounds kind of rough to be honest. I have some tragic memories, as we discussed before the episode about drinking fruit water that you thought was sugar water. We don't not relevant for today's video. You know, I don't want to bore the fans. But there's one final question. I know you kind of hit on it, but if you'd like to hit on a little bit more, because it is senior seconds, so you know all about them seniors and their futures. So what do you really want to do once you graduate in like 2 days or whatever?
So after I graduate on Sunday, I start working at errands on a construction line to help pay for college. Do I really want to be doing that? No, but it pays good, so I'm doing it. But hopefully once I graduate from college, I'll be a physical therapist. Maybe I'll get a job around the area because I kind of like it around here. Maybe that'll let me coach in the school still because coaching looks pretty cool. But other than that, all I can hope is that I don't get too much student debt. That'll be really nice.
Well, I mean, student debt is no bueno. I don't know from experience, but from the 4 LTC college classes, actually like 5 now that I've taken, I mean, I'm debt free, so I'm good for now. But it's not about me; it's about you, right? But so I hope your cards play well. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we end the show?
I don't know. I don't know if there's any advice I could give. All I could say for the seniors for next year, there's going to be no online classes, so good luck with all your tests again, because I only had to take like 3 in-person tests this year. So have fun with that. Other than that, just enjoy your school year, because you guys are going to get a whole one next year. From what I experienced, it was really fun. I took it all in, and it might stink at times, but your senior year is where you're going to make a lot of memories, so just take it all in.
Well, with those words of wisdom, I would like to thank you, Bernie Van Den Heuvel, guest star of No It's Nonsense, episode 18. You know, at least I'm pretty sure it's 18. But it's been great to have you.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. It was pretty fun. Cool.
Well, see you then.
Adios, ciao, bienvenidos. The opposite of Guten Tag. I don't know too many languages.
I don't either. I will see you, mate.
Hasta luego.